Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Wentz to throw on the first play from scrimmage. Escaping and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. 3 and out. A real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. To throw, it's Wentz. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive, 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
How about Jonathan Allen there, pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 6 DBs on the field for Washington on 3rd down. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Sanders is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. Nice job of polishing off that drive, and all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing is Wentz. Flush to his right. And this is incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack.
He'll look to throw. Slings this deep for McLaurin. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Here's Hurts to throw.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football.
Hurts throw there taken in by Smith. He's got room at the 30, down the left sideline. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
It's caught by Sanders. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the 2 now. He's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders. Touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles. The PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him.
On Wentz is intercepted yet again. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you're throwing this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds as as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Come on. Hey, move it, my team.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
Flushed out right.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Another run with Sanders. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. They'll run with Sanders, and this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
That was the kind of play that this defense needed because it has not been a good half for them on that side of the football. Maybe they can use that one to regroup a little bit and start to play a little bit better.
Hurts.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins
from 4 yards out.
And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Wentz bringing the Commanders out for 1st and 10.
At their own 16. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wentz going to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Darius Slay with a pick.
Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to it. And I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Quick slant here to Smith. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
One hallmark of defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Throwing is Hurts.
Out to his left.
And he will be out of bounds, well shy of the marker. So that's a turnover on downs. Great job defensively.
So the magic runs out, so to speak. They were 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions, now 3 for 4.
So the defense finally gets to exhale.
Yeah.
Because they were wondering, 3 for 3 getting converted on 4th down. That percentage is way high. They hadn't stopped them at all. Finally, they get a stop. They can get to the sidelines now and rest a little bit.
Wentz's throw taken in by Samuel.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And now here is another interception.
And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was. And Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll run. It's Sanders. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Rolling to his right. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. They'll run the jet sweep with Brown. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. With a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Sanders. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. The 20. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Smith, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Wentz now on 1st down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 62 yards. And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Joey Sly on for the extra point. It's up and good, and it makes it 27-7 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. All the Commanders are going to get. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
The Eagles send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Fielded just inside the 30. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
I see you running that play.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. They're still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Escaping the pressure right. Shifts by him, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing on first is Wentz. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On the move to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Throwing again on second down. Wentz. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Fumble. I'm about to say, kick that ball out. Fumble.
So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Down by 20.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Oh, going for Sanders downfield. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Pop the 10.
They go play action with Hurts. Rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Elliott on for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Wentz now to throw. Quick slant, Dotson. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. The Eagles on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end, Goddard. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now a carry for Sanders. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. It'll go as a sack for a loss of a yard, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Back to throw. Buying time to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this one. He's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. They'll drop to throw.
And Hurts is intercepted. His 3rd of the game. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Wentz. Dancing to his left. And he fires one incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Wentz.
And returns it right back to Samuel.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Wentz now on 1st down. Taking a shot for Samuel.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there, as that will wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wentz. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
Eight. The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time.
Hurts fumbles it.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10.
Pretty on this type of shit. Oh, this game.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Only some man the longest yard.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. That is caught inside the 5. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drop.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Wentz to try again after the pick-6. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show.
Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a loss of 8 there on the first down play.
You want to talk about the proverbial deer in the headlights. That's exactly what he was when he got the ball. Went to hit a lane and get upfield, and all he saw, extra defenders bearing down on him. Perfect time to dial up the blitz. An excellent call.
Hurts throw complete there to Smith.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
He'll drop to throw. This is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. On first down, Wentz.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts
as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Thomas brings it in. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Wentz to throw again. And now here is another interception. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. On first down, Hurts.
Eluding the pressure right. And a most curious way to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.